It is, people. Now we on the way to work. On the way to work. They been rating. God was up 1 penny north. Who can vouch, man? That's something I just read on the Baltimore pages. I told y'all, I wouldn't have been selling nothing. After that situation happened, I probably would have came out for 3 months. Then we got Kobe. We talked about this last night, y'all, but the Kobe Bryant disrespect is crazy, y'all. I don't know what Kobe did to people to make the league, or might be some credibility, yo, to Kobe was trying to create his own league, man. Remember that was the thing. That was the thing being said before he passed. He was trying to create his own league. Maybe it's some truth to that. Cause the Kobe Bryant hate is crazy. So they did a list, and they had Kobe Bryant number 11. 11, yo. How's a man with 5 rings? Number 11. Got rings with Shaq. Got rings without Shaq. It's number 11. That is crazy to me. They got Shaq in front of him, matter of fact. Yo, Kobe Bryant is number 2. And I ain't even no Kobe Bryant fan. I couldn't stand Kobe Bryant. I was a Phoenix Suns fan. We're still a Phoenix Suns fan. We just been struggling. But I couldn't stand Kobe. But I can't disrespect what he brought to the game. Yeah, man, niggas are disrespecting what he brought to the game. Then we got Byron Blake going in on 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake can't respond, man. There's absolutely nothing that 1090 Jake can do to respond to what Byron Blake is doing to him. There's nothing he can do. Proof's in the pudding, man. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Share the live, man. You playing, you know how they be playing games lately. Hit that like button, share the live. New to the channel, subscribe. Ready to get busy. So Byron Blake has been going in on 1090 Jake. For at least 7 months now. Now, if it could be longer, I don't know. He's been going in on him for a while. And 1090 Jake can't say nothing back. You know, and I respect what he's doing. I think what Byron Blake is doing to 1090 Jake needs to be done to him and Suddy Nash. Yo, because we got a lot of these people on the internet faking. They on here faking. They on here frauding. And they need to be exposed, man. They've been getting away with it for too long. And they're making a lot of money faking fraud and exposing people when they on paperwork. Like, that's the most diabolical part of the whole situation. 1090 Jake is on paperwork. I mean, he went to the news. It's a violation. It's crazy that people even, like, I called it out back then. When he try to act like ain't nothing happened, but ain't nothing come behind this shit, you a goddamn lie. You're a goddamn lie. Whenever you go on the news and you make allegations like that guards is bringing in contraband, even if they know it, it ain't about them knowing it. It's about you going to the news and you made that motherfucker a story. That guards is bringing in contraband, yo, you best believe jails is getting raided. Hit that like button. They only got 2 likes. 13 people, 2 likes, man. You better believe jails is getting raided. COs is getting charged. Inmates is getting rebooked. See, the thing is, I appreciate you whoever just hit the like button. I don't know what's up with everybody else. The thing is with 1090 Jake is he didn't accumulated this following. And a lot of these people that watch him, they just enamored. What's up, Kayla? They just enamored with the lifestyle, but they don't really know about it. So it's easy to fool them. You know what I mean? It's easy to fool a civilian with the stories that he was telling. You know, because everybody likes a good story. It don't matter if it's the truth or the lie. I think people like lies more than the truth now, to be honest. Now, people will not admit that, but they do. People like to be lied to, man. Keep them on edge. You know what I mean? That's what Tisha Tell's been doing with the Diddy case. That's what media does in general. Keep them on edge. Keep them wanting more. It don't matter if that shit fact or fiction. And by Byron Blake going into them stories and exposing it, 1090J can't say nothing. That nigga can't say a goddamn thing, man. All he gotta do is take it. But he ain't even trying to do that. This nigga trying to send out copyrights and copyright claims and copyright takedown requests. And, like, man, nigga crazy. Not the nigga that exposed people's paperwork. Like, I think that is diabolical in itself. Nigga exposed the cut never happened. That nigga never got cut in the face. Because, yo, if you got cut in the face like that, you had like a keloid on the side of your face. That bitch gone. That nigga just really created a whole lifestyle. I wonder who helped him do that. I wonder if he did that on his own. Or he had a team behind him that helped him orchestrate this character of 1090 Jake. The big blood. You know what I mean? Like, who does that? Yeah, I'm gonna put a picture. I'm gonna put a picture of me. And I'm gonna take my shirt off and I'm gonna show. I'm gonna have bullet wounds. I mean, it's gonna look like I'm taped up. Like I got staples in my stomach and shit. Like that is diabolical, yo. Like why would you put that shit on yourself? You know you get cut in real life, nigga. We is back. What's up, Frank? I got some gas. I'm ready to run this Byron Blake shit because 1090 Jake doing that. We're trying to reach out to Hitman Holler, who also a rat. These niggas don't want to take no accountability for that action. You told, bro. I mean, just say that shit. Hey, I put the police on them people, man. God, go, bitch. You know, that bitch lucky motherfucking confused. So I'm ready to run this shit that Byron Blake did yesterday. Hey, Frank, what's going on? What's up, Sharice? What's up, Jew? Hey, Frank, what's going on in the Avenue, man? They say some raids happen. They've been locking people up left and right. He's out this bitch tripping. I ain't running this store real quick.
Now on today's episode of 1090 Jake Exposed, we gonna be discussing how the master of deception has attempted to deflect, and it backfired on him. Yeah, it backfired on you, Jake. 1090 Jake is jumping through hoops and loops to avoid addressing his snitching allegations. So much so that he has decided to employ Hitman Holla to fight his fight for him. Hitman Holla is a textbook goofy. I mean, if you looked up the word goofy, his face probably pop up right next to it. He don't really know much about me other than what he heard from other goofies. And we're going to break all of that down today. But this is just classic 1090 Jake deflecting it. He almost got away with it, but he ain't get away with it. Hey, shout out to T-Rex, man. But yeah, 1090 Jake tried to deflect, and what he did was actually put his stamp on another bad situation. And I'm just going to run the video. Here we go. Now, I told y'all a few weeks back how 1090 Jake deflected, and instead of responding to the allegations made against him about cooperating as far as the officers in these raids, he tagged in Hitman Holla and brought up the fact that we had a physical altercation a couple years ago in which I actually had a brawl with like 20 guys. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I told y'all, on this internet, they like to spin narratives. And today, this is like a great lesson in how they spin narratives on the internet. And you can start with one thing and it transcends over to other things. So, yeah, we had a physical altercation a couple years ago. And, you know, he likes attention. He likes to do things just for promotion. So after I responded to 1090 Jake and pointed out that he claims to have so much integrity that he wouldn't do an interview with Sammy the Bull, but he's shouting out Hitman Holla, who worked with the police, even though he denies it.
Niggas crazy as a mother, man, playing with my girl. My girl could have died. Y'all niggas telling me some snitching all this other dumbass shit. I wasn't even fucking there. Never gave no motherfucking police nothing, nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
Well, okay, what? Inside of the camera in the kitchen or something? They come to the kitchen window? I had to be, bro.
What's your last name, please? You're the homeowner, correct, sir?
Yes.
Okay, what's your last name, please?
Fulton, Fulton.
Mr. Fulton, what's your first name, please?
Gerald, Gerald.
Of course, this infuriated Hitman, but he cannot deny the snitching allegations, so he would not deny the snitching allegations. Instead,
the Hitman definitely told. That nigga told, man. I ain't gonna lie, a nigga would do some shit like that to my family. I'm not seeking no police help. Yo, certain situations, y'all, I don't know how, I couldn't imagine my reaction to it. Motherfucker run in my house and shoot my baby mother or whatever. Yo, I'm my blood behind that. I don't even want you to go to jail, bro. I need you to feel the same pain I felt. But that's not what Hitman Holla did. Hitman Holla went to the police.
he would run to Twitter and try to rehash the whole thing about the fight, you know, reposting the clip of me getting jumped, and would even post a tweet saying, go help your people that got beat in that backyard, which is telling me that he watches me, of course. But he says, you have never laid a hand on me. Now ask yourself, can you say the same to me? Which is basically saying, yeah, I put my hands on you. But I think he forgot that this clip existed.
If you had a problem with somebody, I said, why you ain't approach me? I don't have to approach nigga. I'm rich, bro. I don't have to approach niggas like you. Fuck out of here. I don't have to approach niggas.
So what you seeing right now is a great example of how.
So 1090 Jake. So 1090 Jake is is attempting to discredit Byron Blake by showing a beef that he had with Hitman Holla. Yeah, but that's not the point. It ain't about discrediting Byron Blake. It's about these allegations, yo. Like, you went on the news, man, and that shit led to arrests, multiple investigations. But the problem is he can't refute it because he know that's what happened. He knew that's what he was doing when he did it. I told y'all a while ago, yo, 1090 Jake was abused in prison, man. I mean, physically, mentally, emotionally. I mean, like, yo, so he came home with an agenda. He came home with an agenda to disrupt it. And that's what he did, man. It wasn't about shedding light on inmates' deaths or nothing. Hell no. The man said he called the chaplain, yo. Who the fuck goes home and calls back to the jail to talk to the chaplain? Like, nigga, that shit is like, he probably the only person that ever done that. I think tell that J probably the only person in jail history that ever went home and called back to the jail to speak to the chaplain and ask them about corruption that was going on in the jail. Yo, that is diabolical work. That's how you know that he was just a victim. He was a victim. They got treated real bad. What's up, Kay? He got treated real bad. And you see the results of it. He decided, you know what? Since they did me dirty in here, I'm going to get everybody booked. CEOs, inmates, everybody. Civilians. You better not sell nothing in the full Department of Corrections. Not on 1090 Jake watch. He was telling when he was in there. Any nigga that'll sit back and write grievances every chance he get is a nigga that'll put the police on you as well. I ain't never wrote a grievance. Ever. I don't think, anyway. I'm sure I didn't. Especially not including the motherfucking inmates. But let's get back to the story.
How these guys flip narratives. 1090 Jake wants to avoid addressing his snitching allegations. So he puts out a Hitman Holla stepped on dude. Hitman Holla wants to clout. So he's putting out, yeah, I stepped on dude. He can't say the same to me. But then y'all see him in this clip acknowledging that he never even approached me. So they create these publicity stunts. You know, this was the last guy on the scene. I never even saw him for real. He probably threw one punch during the entire situation, but he wants the credit. He wants the clout. So he wanted to run to the internet and push the narrative that he did something to me. After I posted the clip of him saying, you know, he don't have to approach me because he's rich, which is basically ducking the wreck, you know, turning down the fade. He would try to post another clip from another fight that I had. Listen, I get into a lot of fights. I'm one of them people, I ain't backing down. I don't care if it's me by myself and you with 50 people or however it is. I ain't backing down. I'm standing on how I feel. So he would go and post another clip from another fight and try to make it seem like I'm out here just getting beat on by people. People just beat me up. But, of course, they edited the video and tried to make it look like it was just a one-on-one fight with me and this one guy. Removed the part where I was fighting a whole crowd of people. Unlike these two, you know, if I see something, I just got to address it. So, you know, I had to let them know that I don't condone or promote violence, but I am from, you know, a different era. Yeah, they caught me while they was in a crowd, but you know, I'm gonna get up with you when it's just me and you. I'm trying to place my bets. Can I do that? Yeah. I'm gonna let them, yeah.
Yo, so basically what he tried discrediting him by showing he got in fights, yo. Everybody getting in this shit, man. If you've been outside long enough, if you've been in, ain't nobody out this bitch undefeated. But having your name on paperwork is something totally different. You know what I mean? 1090 Jake is on paperwork. I don't think it can even be disputed. And I think that's why he refused to acknowledge the situation, because there's nothing he can really say. He can't say nothing. That man got caught. He got caught red-handed. And like I said, I ain't never buy that store when he talking about ain't no COs get arrested. Shit, nigga, you think niggas stupid? You go on any news and talk about corruption in the jail, nigga, they is doing an investigation. Extensive investigation. Like they doing on Pennsylvania Avenue right now. But I seen this story. Yo, who in here from Baltimore, man? Anybody been down Penn North? They conducted multiple raids yesterday. Locked up a few people yesterday. Locked up 12 people the day before. I just don't understand the stupidity in niggas. Like, yo, the object of the game is to stay free. After 27 people overdosed in one day, yo, you don't come back out there for a while, man. You let that shit smooth over. I get it, niggas got habits, niggas got bills, but yo, fuck that, I hit out the phone. You been out there, if you been out there for however long you been out there, you should have some phone plays. Everything is off the phone right now. We not hitting nothing off the block. Niggas don't know how to hustle though, yo, to stay free. If you out that bitch and you got booked in that shit, yo, you deserve it. That shit was stupid. Should have known better. Yeah, it's gonna be on fire. I know it's they just like let me read it. Hold on. On the Baltimore page, just posted. Baltimore Sun posted. Police raid drug markets, including Penn North, after mass overdoses. That's the title of the article. See, Baltimore police charged 5 people with narcotics offenses after a raid of what they described as an open-air drug market around the corner from last week's mass overdose in West Baltimore. During the weekend, officers arrested at least a dozen people while surveilling other drug dealing hotspots. Police did not say whether any of the drug arrests in the past several days were linked to Thursday's overdoses in Penn North, but confirmed there had not been any arrests in that case as of Tuesday. Authorities have not said much about the probe into the source of last week's incident. The feds raid Grad which quickly sent 27 people to hospitals. Court records filed since Thursday indicate that authorities have been monitoring the drug dealing hotspots more closely, arresting alleged dealers and seizing various illicit drugs in the raids. Former narcotics investigators said a recent arrest and drug seizures appeared to be aimed at casting a wider net to remove a bad batch from the streets.
1 7 2 4 8.
Hello? I ain't even at work yet. I get work. I start at 12. Hold on. Talk about I passed somebody. The fuck, I ain't even at work. Fuck you talking about? Yo, basically what's going on is the feds is ready to come down. That's why they being quiet. They probably gonna let them keep selling that shit. And don't be a dumbass and come out with the same name. And can niggas that do dumbass shit like that, Niggas will have a whole different batch and come out with the same name. Yeah, I mean, to try to steal a motherfucking crowd. But that's gonna land you in an indictment too. It's gonna be an indictment with niggas you don't even know. Like, I don't even know these niggas. The fuck is they doing? The whole time they tried to capitalize off the situation. Found themselves in the feds for some shit they had nothing to do with them. I'm just saying, y'all. It's ways to do what you do, y'all, and stay out of jail, man. You gotta just be smart about it. Can't be stupid. Niggas be stupid with it, for real. Officials are not confirmed why the bad batch caused so many overdoses in short Thursday morning. So experts say it's likely involved a powerful dose of fentanyl. Yeah, yo, they saying they put motherfucking antifreeze in the dope. I can't believe niggas put antifreeze. Like, whose idea was that? Man, they just be trying anything. Yo must have just trying some shit out one day. Like, hey, you know the antifreeze, yo, that should make him give him a good joke. That's stupid. And Trank. I heard about that. See, I would never do nothing like that. You better, I mean, wouldn't do nothing like that. It ain't even that motherfucking serious. Cause niggas don't be knowing what they doing for real. All it takes is to put a little bit too much one time. And that's more than likely that's what happened. Nigga probably been doing that shit. Just overdid it one time. Nigga might have had a few complaints last time. Overdid it one time and look at the result of it. Now everybody going to jail. Now the long ass run they done had right there, being able to do what they do, ceased. You know what I mean? Because they definitely ready to put a stop to it. It's just a matter of time. Come on, y'all know from outside of the road. That's why I said it was a few ways. It was a few different ways they can go about it. If they would have, cause they know who got it, they know who did it, they know all of that by now. If they were to quickly make an arrest, that's actually the best possible scenario for them. But bands are they waiting, and they just, making a little small arrests here, doing a little house raids there. That lets you know that it's a much wider investigation going on, and there's gonna be a lot of people get implicated and caught up in that shit if they stupid. Like I said, I wouldn't be around. Niggas be like, damn, you ain't coming out? Nope. I'm hitting out the phone. And you gotta hit off, man, I don't know, man. Niggas, I don't know. I ain't trying to teach a motherfucking drug course. You feel me, but you supposed to grab the sales from off the block, put them in the phone. That way you don't be on the block your whole life. And niggas be stupid. Niggas like that shit. The block huggers is the first ones to go to jail. Hey man, they go to jail first. They're easy pickings. Hey man, they easy pickings. Grab a whole bunch of these niggas. Some of them gonna tell. That's how you get to the other niggas. But when you moving around, you're less likely to get jammed up. But what's up? What is it? I don't know how to pronounce that. How you pronounce that? Tarara? Yeah, well, you already know that's how it go. Niggas telling like a motherfucker. No, because a couple of them niggas that got hit for them drugs, they got fed with guns too. You know that. You know, guns and drugs go hand in hand. It should. I mean, you shouldn't be out this bitch hustling without no motherfucking protection. Unless you're just gonna be a motherfucking easy. Unless you're gonna be a victim. I mean, niggas just stupid. Yo. Niggas be moving wild. Niggas be moving goofy. What y'all think about Kobe Bryant? Yo, number 11 on the list of the greatest NBA players. Yo, they got everybody in front of him. LeBron, Shaq, Kareem, Magic, Bird. They even got Steph Curry in front of them, yo. Like, what's the beef? What's the beef the NBA got with Kobe? Because obvious at this point they got a beef with Kobe. Yo, if Kobe Bryant was alive, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. They wouldn't have said this, yo. If Kobe Bryant was alive, yo, they would not be disrespecting him like this. That's what I'm starting to believe. The conspiracy theories now, worries around it, around his death. Cause yo, why is they so disrespectful to Kobe? They never showed this when he was alive. They never showed Kobe Bryant disrespect. Kobe do to deserve this level of disrespect? All I seen the man do is go out that bitch and play hard. Every game. I seen him go hawk a lot of games, too. But the man played hard, and he expected everybody else on his team to play hard. Like, I don't see how they got the man number 11, yo. I don't see how they got him number 11 at all. To me, Kobe Bryant will always be number 2. And I ain't no Kobe fan, never was. I like Eddie Jones. I ain't like the fact that the Lakers bench traded Eddie Jones for Kobe to come up. Now, I used to like the Lakers back then. Nick Van Exel and all them niggas. So I ain't never liked Kobe from then. Then once he started giving the Suns trouble, I definitely ain't like his ass. But you can't never deny that man talent. You know what I mean? You can't never deny what he done for the game. That man was a carbon copy of Michael Jordan. That's what I'm saying, Sky Hook. Yo, but they got the man at 11. They got him at 11. Let me go back to the list. Yo, they got everybody in front of him, yo. They might as well put motherfucking, they might as well put Dwayne Wade in front of him. Fuck it. You know what I mean? You might as well make Kobe number 20. You feel me? You might as well make him number 20, man. Shit, take him out the top 50. That shit up. So they got Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, Russell, Shaq, Duncan, Bird, Wilt, Steph, then Kobe. Then they got Hakeem, KD, the Big O, Jerry West, Kevin Garnett, Jokic, Dirk. How they gonna put Jokic in front of Dirk? Nowinski, David Robinson, and Dr. J. That's the 20. That's the 20 right there. But they got Kobe at 11. I don't know who be voting these lists. They need to do a motherfucking fan vote. You know what I mean? Do a fan vote. I guarantee Kobe won't be no motherfucking number 11. Even if you put him behind LeBron, all right, I disagree. But I can, you know, all right, okay, put him behind LeBron. Even though I don't, I firmly disagree. Because LeBron didn't even have killer instinct. It took LeBron years to develop. He still don't got killer instinct. Like, I done watched Kobe take over games. Like, several. Like, we nigga knew what time it was. Just like Jordan. That's why I can never put LeBron over Jordan. Because when the game was in doubt, you knew what time it was. Jordan time. Kobe time. Ain't never really been LeBron time, man. Now, he had times, you know, I ain't going, you know, discredit the man. But I'm talking about when every game that was in doubt, get a ball to Jordan, get a ball to Kobe. And Kobe gonna make something happen. Most of them games. Not all of them, of course, but the disrespect is just crazy. That shit gotta stop. And then ain't nobody even speaking up for him. Like, you don't hear nobody speaking up for Kobe. I think I heard one of them guys spoke up for Kobe not too long ago, but that was just one time, one person. So it was Stephen A. Smith. I thought Stephen A. Smith was a Kobe fan. Kobe was this guy. Yeah, he did. LeBron did have a great run. But I'm just consistency of being that guy that when you know what time it was. LeBron ain't never really had that. I think Paul Pierce had more killer instinct than LeBron. I think Paul Pierce had more killer instinct than him. I think when it comes with Kobe, yo, he took a lot of bad shots. You know, he was with a ball hawk at one point, but he ain't had nobody on the team. Like, I done literally watched Kobe with nobody on the team. You heard me? Just him. That nigga out that bitch putting up 80 and everybody doing it. Like, yo, come on, yo, you can't put LeBron, yo, you can't put Kobe at number 11, man. That is disrespectful, yo, to the game of basketball. It's disrespectful to the game of basketball. And I think that's what I think they holding. I think what they holding against Kobe was the way he treated other players. Didn't he punch somebody in the face or something? I think they don't like the fact how Kobe treated other players, man. But yo, I don't blame him. Like, I'm one of them players, yo. Like, if I'm playing hard every night and you ain't playing hard, we gonna have a problem, yo. I completely understand. I don't like losing. I mean, I'd rather go to a winning team and take less money than get the max contract and play for a bum. Like, that's just my mentality on shit. I can't stand losing, especially because I'm gonna play hard. I'm trying to win, and if I'm not giving that, if I'm not seeing that same level of what's the word? If I'm not seeing you putting that same level of dedication into your craft, then yo, I can't. We gonna have issues every game, every fucking game. Well, I need to get traded. You feel me? If we gonna have issues every game, you got to trade me to another team. I'm like that even playing basketball. Like when I was young playing basketball, I hate when a motherfucker ain't trying. Like, yo, what the fuck is you doing, bro? Like, I'm out this bitch sweating and shit, running up and down the court, and your bitch ass out here playing. Like, I don't come to the court to play. Like, I come to the court to win. At least when I was younger. Now it's a little different. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm still trying to win, but I ain't got to win. You feel me? I ain't got to win to dictate nothing. I be tired as a motherfucker after going up a court 2-3 times. They do, yeah, you're right. Iverson should be on that list too. We're gonna talk about the greatest and what he done to the game. What he done for the game. I just watched something the other day about Iverson. Iverson the one changed the game. They put a whole dress code in because of Iverson. Called him a thug and all type of shit. Just ain't never won no championship. I think everybody on that list won a championship though. I just don't like the disrespect. Like, respect that man for what that man done, yo. If he was alive, yo, I don't think they would be doing this. I don't think they would be doing this if Kobe was alive. Cause I don't remember them doing this when he was alive. Like, all of this disrespect of Kobe happened post-death. You know what I mean? It all happened post-death, man. And ain't nobody speaking up for him. Like, it should be a lot of people speaking up for Kobe. Niggas that played with him. Niggas that played against him. Yeah, I wanted to address that, yo. So, yo, Melly was in court the other day. They still want some bullshit with Melly. Even though the judge, so remember when I was saying a couple days ago that they was trying to postpone his court date? The judge ain't allowed it. So Melly is scheduled to go to court in September 3rd, I think.
Is going on now at Hot Volkswagen Monroeville. Take advantage.
Unanimous guilty verdict. I think that they should make a unanimous decision on whether or not to put that individual forward.
So I would ask for to inquire from the state if this is truly an ongoing investigation. When is it going to come to a head?
Now remember I told y'all about this sham investigation that they got going on. That they've been investigating for 2 years and made no arrest on Melly defense attorney. And they try to use this investigation to get her kicked off the motherfucking actually to get Melly whole defense team removed. And Melly said, "No, I'm staying firm." Now they saying they need more time. Like I don't think, like, at this point, how do you need more time? Like, the man been locked up for fucking 5,000 days or some shit like that. The man been locked up for a long ass time, man. I don't see how they need more time. Ain't no 5,000. I'm just saying, he been locked up for a long time.
Investigation. When is it going to come to a head? Today, tomorrow, or in the middle of this trial?
Y&W Melly. Remember him? He's charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, accused of killing his 2 childhood friends. Now, he's already been in jail since 2019. And yes, he's already been on trial once. But we know how that ended.
The juror indicates they have further discussions reviewing the evidence and speaking freely amongst the jurors. You're still unable to reach a unanimous decision. So this
death penalty if he's convicted. Now, when does his retrial begin, you might be wondering? Well, in about 2 months, despite a push for a delay.
February of 2019. Mr. Demmons voluntarily surrendered and was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, wherein the state indicated they were seeking the death penalty if, in fact, he was found guilty. In October of 23, Mr. Demmons was rearrested for tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal gang, solicitation to commit tampering, and conspiracy to commit tampering.
So that was a little snippet of the charges Melly faces, but I'm sure those following the case already knew that, and likely already know the allegations in the case too. Melly, his friend Cortland Henry, and their friends Christopher Thomas Jr. and Anthony Williams were all at the studio together, and all hopped into the car together after the late night recording session. Christopher and Anthony never made it home that night. back in October of 2018. They were killed in a drive-by shooting. But prosecutors allege it wasn't random. It was someone from inside the car that made the fatal shots and staged it to look like a drive-by shooting. Prosecutors allege Melly pulled trigger and Cortland helped cover it up. And while I talk about how Melly's been in jail for more than 6 years, it's been nearly 7 years since Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas Jr.'s families' lives were changed forever, with no closure on the case so far. So Melly's mistrial happened in late summer of 2023. Now we're approaching late summer of 2025, and Melly's trial is going back to square one. Well, kind of. His retrial is now moving forward in September of this year, despite objections from the state who wanted a delay in the trial.
I have the state's motion to reconsider or order moving forward with the trial on September the 10th. The trial date remains set on September the 10th. I did that last July 8th, 2024. Although there's no motion to continue filed, I did read the motion. I guess I'll treat this as a motion to continue. I did read the authority cited therein. I did read again, Florida Statute 924-071. Additional ground for appeal by state, time for taking in the state of cause. I likewise again reviewed the omnibus order on defendant's motion to suppress 1 through 13, which was entered by Judge Murphy on December the 20th, 2023. I also reviewed the order from Judge Murphy denying the defendant's motion to set aside stay, an order granting defendant's motion to modify the stay to allow discovery to proceed. That's entered May 2nd, 2024.
God damn, yo. I must be out this bitch doing construction again.
Discovery to proceed. That's entered May 2nd, 2024. I likewise reviewed a Florida Supreme Court case called Mitchell versus State, 911, 7-2nd, 1211. It's a Supreme Court case of September of 2005 regarding serious constitutional issues that are implicated if the state were to be automatically entitled to stay the effect of the decision adverse to the state in a criminal proceeding. So, understanding that I've already looked at all of that, State, anything else that you would want to tell me in support of your motion?
No, Judge. My motion basically covers the previous court's orders, the statute, the case law in terms of how this case is sustained.
Okay.
In terms of how.
I honestly think this case gonna get overturned. If they find Melly guilty, I think this shit gonna get overturned. To be honest, I really do. Like, yo, there's no way after having this man locked up for 7 years that they ain't make no mistakes. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. I guarantee. I'm willing to bet it'd be a retrial. I mean, case get overturned. Because I'm sure they broke some of his constitutional rights. Sure they did.
This case is sustained.
Okay. Defense, do you all want the case to be stayed? The state says it's stayed. So you agree with their motion?
Can we have one moment?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Against our advice, our client must proceed.
So you object to their request for me to determine if it's automatic stay?
Based upon what our client has instructed us, yes.
Look, so Melly, they tried to stay the case. The defense was agreeing with the stay, which means they was going to stall it. You know what I mean? Postpone, whatever. Melly said, hell no. Man, I'm tired of this shit. I told y'all being in jail was rough, yo. You much rather be in prison. It sounds crazy to some people, but being in jail was rough, man. If Melly would have did 7 years in prison, he'd have had a much easier time than doing 7 years in jail.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me make the record crystal clear on this one. I am aware that 924-071 calls for an automatic stay while the state is appealing some orders they want to appeal. In this particular case, in which the defendant's defense is instruction not to appeal. So, state, He has to be the number Judge Murphy entered this motion to suppress, which is the subject of the appeal right now. He entered this order on December 20th, 2023, that was 568 days ago. And in that order, he says at the end, the court has not been moved to consider the suppression of specific evidence. It is up to the party to inform the court as to what specific evidence falls within the suppression order and what specific evidence is admissible pursuant to that order. Then we were here on the defendant's review motion for bond on May 6th. That was 65 days ago. I asked you all, had you gotten together and figured out what specific evidence falls within the suppression order? I'm going to guess that hasn't happened.
No, Judge, I made the proffer to the court last time as to what that evidence would be.
It was basically family-based evidence.
Then that's another thing too. The prosecution and the defense ain't on the same page. They've been beefing since the fucking first trial. So when the judge try to get them together to figure out certain days and certain deadlines and file certain motions, they never get it never happens. You feel me? Like, yo, this case is gonna get tossed, yo. Watch. Let Melly get found guilty. Watch this shit get tossed out. Eventually.
For lack of a better term.
No, they were aggravators. They go to membership in a gang. There were things that the jury would have to find before going into penalty.
Not aggravators as to the death penalty,
Right.
aggravators as to the gang enhancement itself, Your Honor. That was charged. He was charged in committing the murder for the furtherance of the gang, which is an aggravator in terms of the guilt.
Something that they would have to find by way of an interrogatory.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Objection, that's not true.
That's not correct. So you all don't agree on it.
No, what you just said, we do not agree on. There is, I'm sorry.
Have you all got your Murphy order to review in 2023? It is up to the parties to inform the court as to what specific evidence falls within the suppression order and what specific evidence is admissible pursuant to this law.
May I answer the question this way? At that time, the state appealed it all, which stayed everything. And so at this point, the law on whether or not Judge Murphy was right or not is all up at the court, and it stayed. We can't determine that in a stayed case. It stayed.
Talk to the state and decide what this applies to.
I just argued what I had to argue, Judge. You're saying it stayed for only one purpose, but not. The answer is we are stayed and unable to do so.
You don't even know what evidence the order is.
No, we do, and I think that's on appeal at the 4th. But during a stayed case, we cannot do those things. And that's why it hasn't been done. Not because we haven't wanted to. They appealed it. It stayed.
I don't.
Unfortunately, to also remind the defense did cross appeal, so even stuff that would remain in is also.
I don't eat fried chicken. I don't drink no soda. Fuck boy.
So potentially could now be excluded should the 4th rule in the defendant's favor.
And that's still pending before the 4th.
But you don't agree with their request. You want to go forward. That's what you just told me. The client wants to go forward.
That's what he said.
So according to the Sun-Sentinel, the original judge on this case, Judge John Murphy, ruled prosecutors wouldn't be able to reuse some of the technological evidence the state presented to help establish Melly's alleged motives, gang affiliation, and consciousness of guilt. The appeals court has yet to rule on if those restrictions will still stand, and are supposed to hear arguments about it on September 16th, a week after Melly's retrial is supposed to begin. But as you just heard from the judge, the case is still set to move forward on September 10th, and the issues in front of the appeals court aren't enough to delay the trial. But the state isn't the only one suffering some issues too. The defense is too. They accuse the Broward State Attorney's Office of prosecutorial misconduct, and Melly faces another charge of witness tampering.
I told you. Watch for this case going if he get found guilty. And I think they're gonna find him guilty this time, cause the fix is in. Like, they ain't ready to go up that bitch and lose again. Watch that shit get overturned. Prosecutorial misconduct. Watch.
When one of his lawyers is under investigation.
They wasting all these taxpayers' money just to get the case overturned. Just to save face. That's all they trying to do is save face. That's all they trying to do.
But as of this recording, she doesn't face any charges.
I
don't know how we can properly defend Mr.
That's some bullshit, man.
on the evidence of tampering with the witness, solicitation, conspiracy to tamper, when we don't know all the facts.
I'm Noel Honig, and I'm a director and a designer. If I'm working with type in Photoshop, the properties panel shows all of...
When we don't know all the facts. So I would ask the court
What's
to
you change it
require
for?
from the state,
Jack, I pay you.
if this is truly an ongoing investigation, when is it going to come to a head? Today, tomorrow, or in the middle of this trial?
In the middle of the trial. That's the play. In the middle of the trial. These motherfuckers dirty. They've been playing dirty since the beginning, man. That's why the last prosecutor got kicked off the case. They've been playing dirty since the beginning. Like, there's no way this conviction, if they get a conviction, there's no way this shit gonna stand.
And how come you have not
Davon, what it is?
pursued when you file a memorandum of law saying that this liberty must, regardless of what regardless of what the defense team does, must get off this case? I don't know how they can do this.
So Melly's trial is moving forward in September, nearly 7 years after Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas Jr. were murdered. How will his retrial differ from his first trial? Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. But let's break it down with criminal defense attorney Safa Robinson Ferrer. Safa, first of all, great to see you. Like, I haven't seen you in a while in this format, I should say. But
Queen Elizabeth.
yeah, oh, thank you. But I'm curious, like, on your thoughts on this case, as opposed to what we were normally talking about, which was Diddy. But in this case with YNW Melly, are you surprised that the judge said, let's move forward with the case, even though the state was waiting for whatever the appeal court was going to say about restrictions, like technological evidence, gang affiliation, all of that stuff? But are you surprised the case is moving forward in September?
I'm not surprised at all. Mr. Dimmons has been waiting in custody to see a trial on this case since, I believe, 2019. You know, he obviously went to trial before that ended in a mistrial, and he's remained in custody since then. And he has a right to a speedy trial, a constitutional right to a speedy trial. And I think in this particular case, the judge is trying to ensure.
Well, they've been past his right to trial. You know, speedy trial guarantees a trial date for 6 months. Like, I don't even think that's even a question at this point.
That. So
it's called the Hicks Law.
Isn't here that the judge is saying, no, we're going to trial on this particular date and everybody needs to be prepared to move forward.
And I thought it was interesting, too, because just watching back the hearing, it was actually Jamel Dimmons, aka YNW Melly's decision to move forward with this against the advice of his attorneys, his defense attorneys. What do you make of him kind of pushing himself to kind of get this trial going just to see what's going to end up happening?
Yeah, you know, I think at the end of the day, he's been sitting there for quite some time and he just wants to move forward with his life, whether that is an acquittal so that he can get back to the public and get back to his work, or accept his fate as a convicted felon, someone that has been convicted of 2 counts of murder. So a lot of times with clients, and particularly defendants, they don't like to sit in limbo. And considering, again, he's been in custody since 2019, so we're talking years. We're not just talking a year. And we saw how quick Mr. Combs' trial went to trial, or Mr. Combs' case went to trial. Mr. Melly, or YNW Melly, has that same exact right, and so it's not surprising to me that he wants to just get it over with. You know, and he probably expects or thinks that he's going to have something favorable to him as he commences on this trial, considering that the other trial landed in a mistrial, which essentially, for that moment, was a win for the defense.
And I think he was even hoping that there would be a possibility he could be out on bond, or.
Yo, hit me on Instagram, yo. What you mean you broke the algorithm code, yo? You gotta explain that to me, man.
Bail, and then obviously that didn't happen. He's remained in custody since, so I can understand why he wants this to move forward, just to see what's going to end up happening. And given that this is a retrial, who do you think has kind of a tougher hurdle to...
You put Hakeem in front of Jordan? I don't know about that, Rick. How you put Hakeem in front of Jordan? I think Hakeem deserved to be higher on that list. I think they got Hakeem at like 12. They got Hakeem at the Kobe. Hakeem was a motherfucking monster. We can turn it off. Where the fuck are you going at? Let's follow this motherfucker. Maybe this nigga knows something I don't know. This shit getting out of control. Slow ass cars in front of everybody, man. I just don't like Kobe placement. Kobe placement is just disrespectful to the game of basketball. Oh man, they live over this bitch. I can't get out here. Oh man, I done followed these people now. I done followed these people into a neighborhood that probably I can't even get out with this bitch. Nope. Shit. God damn it. Foul motherfuckers. Thought they cracked the code or something. I hope they ain't following me like I know where the fuck I'm going, because I don't. They still right there. Fuck, still ain't past them bitches. Hold up, bro. They definitely got drafted before Joe. I just, career-wise, I can't say he had a better career than Joe. What I came won 3 championships. Can't say he had a better career. So would you put? I like Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan. I just could never. Tim Duncan game was too fundamental for me. And plus, he used to beat the shit out the Suns. Like Tim Duncan and Kobe, I never liked them niggas. I ain't never liked them niggas. They used to fuck us up. Yo, we had some years where we should have won the championship with Phoenix. Niggas could not get even. We couldn't get past Kobe, but we couldn't get past the Spurs. But Tim Duncan definitely a monster. Come on, get stuck behind them slow ass cars again. I know, man. Tim Duncan was a problem, man. I ain't gonna lie, that nigga was a problem. His gauge just was too, like, I guess fundamental would be the word. You know they call him the big fundamental. I couldn't get with his game. But he done hit some big shots. That nigga done blocked some shots. That nigga, Tim Duncan was a problem. I just don't like the really, there they go. These slow motherfuckers that be blocking everybody. Look, I got around there. Going motherfucking 3 miles an hour and shit, man. That nigga all leak.
tougher hurdle to overcome? Is it the prosecution? Is it the defense? Especially knowing that the offense that had happened, that being the double murders of YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser, Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas Jr., happened back in 2018. Who do you think has the tougher hurdle for this retrial?
I think that the tougher hurdle is always going to be remain with the prosecution, because it's their obligation to prove his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. They have to prove each and every element of each and every homicide offense beyond a reasonable doubt, that he intentionally murdered these individuals. And that's always a hurdle. That's always a burden that the prosecution has.
I told y'all the biggest hurdle with this trial was, if y'all can remember, for people that been following me that long, I told y'all they weren't gonna find him guilty. When the whole internet was like, yo, they got him. I'm like, yo, I don't see it, y'all. It's too much reasonable doubt. I think a lot of these niggas that be online just learned about reasonable doubt. Not the album. But in criminal trials, like, look, they got him on video leaving in the car with him. They got the FaceTime call. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, yo, but the biggest hurdle in the trial was two cars left that night. You know what I mean? Two cars left the studio that night. One car went back to the house. Everybody in that car saying Melly was in that car. Everybody. Melly saying he was in that car. The people that was in that car saying Melly is in that car. And that's the biggest hurdle in the trial. It's the biggest hurdle. Then they showed proof that these guys share cell phones. So just because his cell phone pinged there, that don't necessarily. It's just about creating doubt in the jury, man. And then when they tried to find him guilty. Yeah, I'm going to work, Cam. Then they was trying to find him guilty on manslaughter with a deadly weapon, when the whole case was about first-degree murder. So the juror that was in there, because she the one the black lady, she the one that changed the game. She like, no, fuck no. And it was the right decision. Before they would have came back on a verdict of manslaughter with a deadly weapon, the right decision was to be either a mistrial or not guilty. Because nothing in that first trial said manslaughter with a deadly weapon. It was all about premeditation. But that's what they be allowed to do when they add these lesser included offenses. That motherfucker took my parking spot, bitch. When they be adding these lesser included offenses. What? Just a way for them motherfuckers to get convictions. Add all these lesser included that ain't got nothing to do with the case. Ain't got nothing to do with the trial. I mean, do I think Melly did it? Hell yeah, I think Melly did it. But it ain't about what you know. You know, it's about what you can prove. And they ain't had. Thanks, Mr. Kid. They ain't had evidence. They ain't had evidence, man. And even in the next trial, it's gonna be hard to get over that, because they brought the guy that broke the door at the complex that they pulled in, and he couldn't verify if Melly was in the car or not. Appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoyed their day, man. I'm great being this Mr. 12 o'clock. Yeah, he couldn't verify, he couldn't deny that Melly was in that car. He didn't know. And that's still gonna be a hurdle. But the problem is they might not have that same, they might not have a juror like that lady. Do y'all remember what she said? Y'all remember YNW Melly George spoke out? Hit that like button, y'all. Yo, we got 14 likes. Is insane, y'all. Like that is crazy. Where the fuck is that shit at? Oh, she must ain't do a she must didn't do an interview. But it was in paperwork. I did a video on it a long time ago.
Okay. Ready to avoid talking about Saturday?
From Melly's mom that he's not guilty. And what's funny is, at the end of the day,
Appreciate
when we
it,
get to
Ken.
the end of this article, she wasn't wrong about the numbers. It does seem like it was 9.
You know, cause so many of us get done wrong by the system, man. Like you can't just keep allowing that shit to persist, especially when there's bullshit involved. You know what I mean? You can't allow that shit to persist, man. See, most people only care when it's affecting their family members. But in order for you to not allow it to get to your family members, you got to call it out when you see it in other cases, in other people. But people don't understand that, though.
The 3. Was it not guilty? Was it guilty of murder 1? Those are questions we are going to answer in today's video, along with many of your other questions. Noakes, proud to celebrate 1 year as a Lawyer You Know member today. That is awesome. For the murders of 2 of his fellow Williams. So, he or they, this juror, is specifically pointing the finger at one juror. A lot of you are posting 11-1. We'll see if that's how it ended up staying, because it's not. Spoiler alert. So 11-1, sorry, one juror they're saying was an outlier here. Now, I want to talk to you about why I think YouTube is actually important. I never would have thought that YouTube would be as important or as eye-opening as it has been for me since starting to do these YouTube videos. Well, I don't think it's loving, right? I think loving is...
I'm going to go to the video I did.
The Broward man in jail. Defense. Did a racial profile. This was not a matter of fact, but a matter of race, she said. Dennis, Henry, and the victims are information left room for the judge. For YNWGB Thomas and Anthony, YNW said Casey Williams was shot to death inside the
This what the juror said why she came back with the not guilty.
Driven by their friend, Cortland, YNW vehicle came from outside the car. The shots that killed the victims were sitting. Phone records showed Dennis' phones never left the car during the time in question. But there was enough time after the recording session for Dennis to leave the car and for someone else to come in, the juror said. The weapon used to commit the crime was never recovered. Could it have been someone else? For the holdout juror, doubt was more than reasonable. Between them leaving the recording studio and the phone pinging in the Everglades, anything could have happened, she said. In the jury room, most wanted to convict, she said. The prosecution insistence that there was some kind of gang activity that explained why Dennis would suddenly kill his friends carried a lot of weight with most jurors. Others read it as racial profiling. This was not a matter of fact, but a matter of race, she said. Dennis, Henry, and the victims are all black. The lead police investigator and lead prosecutors were white. The juror holdout, who is black, said she felt the gang connection was tenuous. Prosecutors pointed to text messages that made it appear Demings was having an argument with the victims over creative credit and compensation for their work. Those messages, the judge said, may not have come from Demings. I wasn't there, but I believe he was being framed. Based on the text messages, he said, Demings faces the possibility of execution if he's convicted. His retrial was scheduled to begin next month. Miramar police said they're looking into allegations that their lead investigator.
Yeah, so she wasn't buying the story. How you feeling?
Feel like it's Friday. Matt wanted to switch the schedule around, switch a day. They called me and they was like, hey man, can I work you Thursday before my Friday? I'm like, whatever, fuck it. So today Friday for me.
Oh, that's what's up. How's it looking?
It's been looking pretty good so far.
It was a main ass backup coming up this bitch.
Yeah, it's looking alright. 29 calls. Might be taking that back.
Yeah, Washington. I'm ready to get out though, get ready.
Huh?
So I'm ready to get out and get ready.
Alright, hey, you did it again.
What?
Left that truck almost empty on it. Just below half, something like that. It was right by a quarter. Dan Malone was in there yesterday.
No, I didn't.
Like right at the quarter.
That's a goddamn lie. That shit was at a half tank. I put gas in there before my last tow. I put gas in there twice. Tell his ass stop lying, man. Huh? Yeah, it was at a half.
It's at a half now.
That's where it was at when I gave it to him.
Before you leave, man, at night, go to that one. Whichever one. You got two gas stations on either side, so you gotta pass one. Stop and fill it up. Alright?
Yeah.
I'm about to go fill my truck up with them. I was about to leave. I ain't got it.
Motherfucking lying. Yeah, well, let me get myself together. Get my motherfucking day started. I'm gonna try to go live later. Depending on how the day go. You know what I mean? But yeah, we was talking about the Pennsylvania Avenue situation. They coming down with indictments. Well, not indictments, but they doing house raids. They locking people up. Niggas still out there. I guess they just waiting for their turn. Yeah, man, because at that point, that's all you waiting for. If you still that bitch hustling on the avenue, you just waiting for your time, man. They'll get around to you. Just, yeah, man, just hold off. They coming. I'd have took a break. That was me. I'd have took a break for like a couple months, let that shit blow over. Before I'd have came back out, but everybody don't move like me. Then we talked about Byron Blake, 1090 Jake. Ain't nothing 1090 Jake can say, man. It's obvious what happened. It's obvious that it was intentional. That he out here sending them boys to fucking prison because he got treated like a bitch in the joint. CEOs looking the other way. He was getting highly disrespected. Found out that the face cut thing, the whole face cut picture, that shit was some shit he made up in his mind. I guess to gain credibility to his story, but who the fuck does that? That's some weirdo shit in itself. And what else is in the title? Oh, yeah, the disrespect of Kobe is out of control, man. Like, yo, I don't think they'd have been doing that to Kobe if Kobe was alive. And to me, it adds credibility to the conspiracies of surrounding Kobe Bryant death. You know, because they wasn't doing this when he was alive. It wasn't this disrespect with Kobe Bryant when he was alive. But let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. It's another day, keep it you news.